They built empires. Then they died without a plan, and the people they left behind went to war. These are 9 of the most brutal, most documented, most legally catastrophic estate battles in rock history. The money was real, the lawsuits were real, and in some cases, the bodies were still warm. Number 9. Tom Petty. He spent the last week of his life unusually wistful. He finished a sold-out 3-night run at the Hollywood Bowl. He talked about how much he loved his family. 3 days later, he was gone. Tom Petty died on October 2, 2017, of an accidental overdose of fentanyl, oxycodone, Xanax, and other medications. He was 66 years old. He left a trust naming his widow Dana York Petty as sole trustee, but it also granted his 2 daughters from his first marriage, Adria and Anakim, equal participation in decisions about the catalog. Nobody agreed on what equal participation meant. Dana said it meant a professional manager with input from all parties. The daughters said it meant they held 2 votes out of 3, giving them majority control over their father's life's work. The legal filings became brutal. Adria allegedly sent an email to 2 surviving heartbreakers that read, "What I don't have the temperament for is having my entire life raped, being disparaged, my dad being disgraced." The daughters countersued Dana for $5 million. At the center of the dispute was a vault of unreleased recordings from the Wildflowers sessions. Produced by Rick Rubin, never heard outside the studio, Warner Brothers had offered a $1 million advance just to open negotiations. The daughters blocked the release. The settlement was reached in December 2019. Terms confidential. The expanded Wildflowers box set was finally released in 2020. It received unanimous critical acclaim. Tom Petty had spent the final night of his life on stage, doing what he had always done. The people he left behind spent 2 years in court, fighting over the music he made when he was still alive, to love it. Number 8. Kurt Cobain. The guitar that started everything was worth millions, and someone allegedly plotted a kidnapping and murder to get it back. Kurt Cobain shot himself on April 5, 1994, at his Seattle home. He was 27 years old. He left no will. Under Washington state law, his entire estate passed to his wife Courtney Love, an estate that would eventually be valued at $450 million. Love became executor. She almost immediately began a decades-long war against managers, lawyers, accountants, and eventually her own daughter. In 2004, she discovered that the people managing Cobain's estate had allegedly stolen $30 million in cash and $500 million in real estate holdings. She hired attorney Rhonda Holmes to sue them. Holmes never filed the lawsuit. Love fired her, then took to Twitter to accuse Holmes of being bought off by the people responsible for the theft. Holmes sued Love for libel. Love lost, then appealed, then won in 2014. By that point, Love had already lost custody of Frances Bean, sold a $50 million share of Nirvana's publishing rights, and reportedly burned through $27 million in legal costs. Then it got stranger. Frances Bean Cobain's ex-husband Isaiah Silva sued Courtney Love in 2018 for allegedly conspiring to have him kidnapped and murdered. The motive? A 1959 Martin guitar that Kurt Cobain played during Nirvana's 1993 MTV Unplugged performance. A guitar believed to be worth millions of dollars. Frances Bean had given the guitar to Silva during their marriage. After their divorce, everyone wanted it back. The guitar sold at auction in 2020 for $6.01 million. Courtney Love said it was a treasured family heirloom.
If you just learned something you never knew before, there is a whole lot more where that came from. Hit subscribe to The Rock Lens. Every single week, we go deeper into the real stories, secrets, and hidden history behind the music you have loved your whole life. The button is right there. One click. We will see you in the next one.
Number 7. James Brown. His body sat in a gold casket in cold storage for 2 months because his family couldn't agree on where to bury him. James Brown died on Christmas Day 2006 at the age of 73, the godfather of soul. He left a will. That almost made it worse. His fourth wife, Tommy Ray Heine, a former Janis Joplin impersonator who had met Brown while touring as his backup singer, was photographed sobbing at the iron gates of his 60-acre estate, locked out within hours of his death. She claimed she was his legal wife.
Papa's got a brand new bag.
The South Carolina Supreme Court later ruled she was not. Inside the estate, more than a dozen lawsuits were filed by children, alleged children, ex-wives, trustees, and people claiming financial entitlement from across Brown's life.
So good.
His will instructed that the bulk of his music royalties be used to fund educational scholarships for underprivileged children in South Carolina and Georgia. Not one scholarship has ever been funded.
I knew that I wouldn't.
His accountant, David Cannon, one of the 3 trustees Brown appointed, was charged with and pleaded guilty to 2 counts of breach of trust in October 2011. He served 4 months in prison for contempt after failing to return money to the estate. As of September 2025, 19 years after Brown's death, his estate has still not been formally closed. His daughter, Dr. Deanna Brown Thomas, told journalists, "I just know that my father is turning over in his grave. Where's the money?" The estate's assets were reportedly sold to music company Primary Wave for approximately $90 million. The scholarships Brown intended to fund have still never been distributed.
I knew that I wouldn't have.
Number 6. John Lennon.
Imagine that.
His son had to buy his own childhood letters back at auction. John Lennon was murdered outside his New York apartment building on December 8, 1980. He was 40 years old. His estate was worth £220 million. His will left almost everything to a trust controlled by Yoko Ono for the benefit of herself and their son Sean. His firstborn son Julian, his child from his first marriage to Cynthia Powell, was written out entirely. Julian sued. The case was built on undue influence. Julian's legal team argued that Ono had manipulated Lennon into excluding the son he had largely abandoned throughout the 1970s. Lennon himself said in a 1980 interview, months before he was killed, that Julian had come out of a whiskey bottle.
Living life in peace.
The case ran for 16 years. In 1996, it settled. Reports placed the figure at approximately £20 million. Julian could not confirm the amount. He said it was not what he considered fair. He said it was preferable to fighting a legal machine funded by the entire Lennon estate. What he did with part of the money is one of the most quietly devastating details of the entire story. Yoko Ono had begun auctioning John Lennon's personal possessions. Among them were letters that Julian had written to his father as a child. Julian used his settlement proceeds to buy his own childhood letters back at auction. In 1998, he told an interviewer, "Dad could talk about peace and love to the world, but he could never show it to his wife and son."
No need for greed. don't
Yoko Ono currently receives approximately $12 million per year from Lennon's royalties and the use of his image.
say I'm a dreamer.
Number 5. Jimi Hendrix. His father's lawyer signed the rights away to a Panamanian company. Jimi Hendrix died on September 18, 1970. He was 27 years old. He left no will. His estate passed entirely to his father, Al Hendrix. Al was a modest man with no entertainment industry experience. He relied on the estate's longtime attorney, Leo Branton Jr., to manage everything. For 23 years, he trusted Branton completely. In 1993, Al Hendrix turned on the news and discovered that MCA Records was about to purchase Jimi's entire catalog from 2 foreign offshore companies he had never heard of. The companies were Elber BV, a Dutch corporation, and Interlit, based in the British Virgin Islands. Branton had transferred Jimi's rights to these companies years earlier. Al believed he still held those rights. He believed the arrangement was a rental agreement. It was not. Al sued Branton for fraud and breach of trust. He could not afford the legal costs. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, a Jimi Hendrix fan from Seattle, funded the entire lawsuit personally. In July 1995, Branton settled out of court. Al Hendrix regained control of the copyright to Jimi's entire recorded output, music publishing rights, photos, films, and the right to exploit his image. Al died in 2002 and left control to his adopted daughter, Jimi Hendrix. Jimi's biological brother, Leon, who had been written out of the estate, sued Jani. The court rejected his case in 2007. In 2022, the estates of Jimi's original bandmates, Noel Redding and Mitch Mitchell, filed claims for streaming royalties from 3 billion streams. A London court ruled against them in a 140-page judgment in 2026. The catalog is still generating lawsuits, 56 years after Jimi Hendrix died. Number 4. Prince. He spent his entire career fighting for ownership of his masters. Then he died without a will, and a Wall Street company ended up owning half of everything he built. Prince Rogers Nelson died on April 21, 2016, of a fentanyl overdose at Paisley Park. His home, his studio, his fortress of artistic control. He was 57 years old. He had no wife, no children. Both parents were dead. Under Minnesota law, his estate passed to his siblings. He had 1 full sister and 5 half-siblings, people he barely knew. The IRS immediately disputed the initial estate valuation of $82 million. The IRS said the estate was worth $163 million. After years of litigation, they settled at $156 million. By the time that number was agreed upon, 2 of Prince's 6 sibling heirs had already died. 3 of the remaining heirs, desperate for cash after years of crushing legal bills, sold their shares to Primary Wave, a New York music publishing company. One of those siblings signed the sale documents and died hours later. Today, Prince's estate is split 50-50 between Primary Wave and the remaining family members. They are contractually required to agree on major decisions. They almost never do. An Oscar-winning director was commissioned to make a Netflix documentary about Prince. The estate shut it down. They called it sensationalized and fact-twisting. The documentary has never been released. Prince wrote, "If you don't own your masters, your master owns you." He died without a will. The corporation owns half his masters now, and his siblings can't agree on anything. Number 3. Elvis Presley. He was nearly bankrupt when he died. His estate now generates $50 million a year.
Because I love you too.
Elvis Presley was found unresponsive at Graceland on August 16, 1977. He was 42 years old. He left a will.
Would I still see suspicion?
It left everything to his daughter Lisa Marie, through a trust managed by his father Vernon, his grandmother Minnie Mae, and his ex-wife Priscilla. Both Vernon and Minnie Mae were dead within 2 years. Priscilla became the sole trustee of a nearly insolvent estate.
Here we go again. Whoa.
Graceland was costing $500,000 annually just to maintain. Her attorneys told her to sell it to pay the debts. She refused.
We can't go.
She opened Graceland to the public in 1982. 600,000 visitors arrived in the first year. She then negotiated licensing deals for Elvis's name and likeness that turned the estate into a self-sustaining brand. By 2006, the estate was valued at $100 million and generating $50 million a year.
Oh, I'll never lie to you.
Colonel Tom Parker, Elvis's longtime manager, had taken up to 50% commission throughout Elvis's career. A court later found that arrangement was exploitative and improperly structured.
We're caught in a trap.
Lisa Marie Presley later sued her own business manager for allegedly losing almost all of her $100 million inheritance through mismanagement and fraud. She claimed her net worth had dropped from $300 million to under $5 million. The lawsuit settled out of court.
I love you too much, baby.
Lisa Marie died on January 12, 2023, aged 54. Her estate is now managed by her daughter, Riley Keough. Graceland opened to the public in 1982. The lawsuits have never stopped. Number 2. Marvin Gaye.
There's too many of you crying.
His father shot him, and then his estate spent decades in court.
Brother, brother, brother.
Marvin Gaye was shot by his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., at the family home in Los Angeles on April 1, 1984, the day before his 45th birthday. An autopsy later revealed a tumor on his father's brain that may have contributed to the attack. Marvin Gaye Sr. was charged with first-degree murder. The charge was reduced to voluntary manslaughter. He received a suspended sentence. He never served a day in prison. Marvin Gaye died owing nearly $10 million in debt. He had tried to escape those debts by moving to Ostend, Belgium. He had tried to escape them by moving to London. He had tried to escape them in Hawaii. He could not. His ex-wife Janice Hunter had sued him for unpaid alimony. Motown had sued him for unpaid advances. The IRS had liens on virtually everything he owned. He recorded his final studio album, Here My Dear, literally as a court-ordered asset to pay divorce settlements to Janice Hunter. A judge approved the arrangement. After his death, the legal battles continued for years.
Everybody thinks we're wrong, they do.
His children and his surviving family members fought over royalties.
Got to find a way to bring some.
Then in 2015, his family sued Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams over the song Blurred Lines. The lawsuit claimed Blurred Lines copied the feel and style of Gaye's 1977 song, Got to Give It Up. A jury awarded the Gaye family $7.4 million.
People, you know, we.
The verdict divided the music industry. A song about a man's murder by his own father generated a decade of further court battles 30 years after he died.
With brutality. Don't to me, don't to me.
Number 1. Bob Marley.
Sold out to the merchant ships.
His wife was accused of forging his signature. The court found she had.
All pirates, yes, they rob I.
Bob Marley died on May 11, 1981. at the age of 36 from a rare form of acral lentiginous melanoma, a skin cancer that had spread from his toe to his brain.
Redemption song.
He left no will. He was a Rastafarian. Making a will was against his religious beliefs. He left behind 11 acknowledged children from 7 different women. He left behind a music catalog that would become one of the most valuable in the history of popular music. He left behind total legal chaos.
The time. How long shall they keep?
His wife Rita Marley attempted to take control of the estate by claiming she held power of attorney. Marley's business associates and extended family members challenged her authority.
The book? Won't you if
During the subsequent investigations, it was alleged that Rita had forged Bob Marley's signature on a series of legal documents in order to transfer assets to herself. The Jamaican Supreme Court found the allegations credible. Rita Marley was removed from her position over the estate.
to sing another song?
The estate was eventually reorganized under a trust structure controlled jointly by members of the family and professional administrators. The value of the catalog has continued to grow. In 2023, Robert Nesta Marley LLC and the Marley family licensed the name and likeness for a cannabis brand, alcohol products, and a major biographical film produced for streaming.
Liberate yourself from mental slavery. None but a one
In 2024, Bob Marley, One Love, a theatrical biopic, grossed over $160 million worldwide at the box office.
can stop the time. How long shall
A man who refused to write a will on the grounds of religious conviction is now a global brand worth hundreds of millions of dollars. His family still argues about it every single year.
I decide and look? Some say